As March is right around the corner and conference play for college basketball has started, now is a good time to start getting familiar with some of the prospects for this year's upcoming draft and seeing potential landing spots for them. With that in mind, please remember that the draft order clearly isn't set yet, and this is just a mock draft. This isn't my final thoughts. There's still a lot of time before that's the case, and I used Fanspo to simulate the lottery, so these picks were done about a week ago. Without further ado, let's get started. On the clock with the number one pick is the Atlanta Hawks via the New Orleans Pelicans. At number one, the Atlanta Hawks select Darren Peterson out of Kansas. The Hawks get their guy at number one. Darren Peterson is widely viewed as the next elite guard prospect and potential franchise-changing talent. With Trae Young's departure, Peterson gives Atlanta a true successor to build around alongside Jalen Johnson. His on-ball scoring upside is through the roof. He already looks like one of the most advanced shot creators and shot makers we've seen at his age. What separates him from other high-volume scorers is his off-ball impact and playmaking, making him a potential face of the league for years to come. At number two, the Indiana Pacers go A.J. Dembele. Indiana goes best player available with A.J. Dembele. He's a walking bucket who won't be asked to carry the load right away, which is perfect for his development. A.J. is one of the few prospects to show real in-season growth at BYU, and his blend of size and athleticism is impossible to pass up on. In most drafts, he's a clear-cut number one pick. With Tyrese Haliburton expected to be back next season, Dembele gives the Pacers another weapon as they look to make another deep playoff run. At number three, the Sacramento Kings go Cameron Boozer. Boozer lands in Sacramento as a potential National Player of the Year candidate as a freshman. Everywhere Boozer goes, winning follows. With questions surrounding Sabonis' future in Sacramento, Boozer gives the Kings a modern big who fits today's NBA. While his ceiling may not be as flashy as others, his floor is extremely high, making him a stabilizing piece in Sacramento as they do another rebuild. At number four, the Washington Wizards go Caleb Wilson out of the University of North Carolina. Wilson fits the Wizards' recent draft mold perfectly: long, athletic, and versatile. He checks every box you want in a modern NBA forward and can even slide into a small ball lineup playing the five. Pairing Wilson with Alex Sarr creates a front court with elite rim protection, spacing, and serious pick and roll potential with newly acquired Trae Young. Washington continues to build around athletic wings who can grow together. At number five, the Brooklyn Nets go Kingston Flemings out of Houston. Kingston Flemings projects to be a steady game manager early on, with upside to grow into more. A strong tournament run could push his stock even higher. Fleming's ability to play on the ball and off the ball allow him to fit seamlessly into Brooklyn's guard rotation, while his defensive instincts help the Nets shape a clearer identity on that end of the floor. At number six, the Charlotte Hornets go Jaden Quaintance. With Mark Williams leaving the previous season, Charlotte swings on Quaintance as their potential franchise big. He's a strong physical presence and a reliable lob threat who gives LaMelo Ball a true partner in the pick and roll. Quaintance's developing shooting touch also helps the spacing, allowing players like Miles Bridges more room to attack. This is an identity-defining pick for the Hornets, searching for their direction. At number seven, the Utah Jazz go LeBaron Philon out of Alabama. Yes, another guard for Utah, but LeBaron Philon brings a toughness on both ends. He can share ball handling duties and help the Jazz evaluate who truly runs their offense moving forward. His defensive effort and fast-paced Alabama background could translate to the NBA well and help Utah compete in a tough Western Conference. At number 8, the Dallas Mavericks go Yaxel Lindenborg out of Michigan. Yaxel fits the mold of the modern Dallas big, athletic, versatile, and developing a reliable outside shot. With uncertainty around Daniel Gafford and concerns over Derek Lively's injury history, Yaxel provides immediate depth. A tough, older prospect, he's NBA ready and can impact games right away and help Cooper as the Dallas Mavericks enter this new era. At number 9, the OKC Thunder take Hans Steinbach out of Washington. Hans steps in as a Hartenstein-style replacement, bringing rebounding, rim protection, and physicality. With a Thunder roster that's already loaded with skill, Steinbach will come in and do the dirty work and provide valuable minutes as OKC continues building towards a long-term dynasty. At number 10, the Milwaukee Bucks take Braylon Mullins out of UConn. With a lot of uncertainty surrounding Milwaukee's future, the Bucks grab one of the best shooters in this year's draft. Mullins can either help Giannis right away or serve as a key piece in a potential rebuild. His shooting, wing size, and secondary ball handling fill major roles for the Bucks, and his role could resemble a lot of what Con Knipple is doing this year for the Charlotte Hornets. At number 11, the Memphis Grizzlies take Darius Acuff Jr. out of Arkansas. Again, with a lot of uncertainty with Ja Morant's future in Memphis would pick up a guard here that can step in right away. Acuff brings experience, poise, and a strong feel for the game. He elevates his teammates, sets the tone, and provides stability for a Grizzlies team trying to recover its identity. At number 12, the Chicago Bulls take Nate Ament out of Tennessee. After a hot start, Chicago is cooled off and needs size and scoring. Ament is a high upside swing, a long, skilled wing who shows flashes of star-level scoring potential. The KD comparisons are loud, but his three-point shooting still hasn't really been at its full capabilities this season. I do expect that to turn around, but he does have to improve that for him to improve his draft stock. With all of this potential, the Bulls could have a great wing to pair with their other wing in Matas Buzelis, and maybe even get a situation where you have a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown situation. At 13, the Portland Trail Blazers take Koa Pete out of Arizona. Portland continues stacking versatile talent. Pete brings size, skill, and a scoring touch, especially from the mid-post area. Although he is slightly undersized and somewhat of a tweener, his efficiency and comfort playing off other players like Denny Advia and Shaedon Sharpe makes this a worthwhile upside bet. Improving his outside shot will likely be the key to maximizing spacing next to players like Donovan Clingan. At 14, the San Antonio Spurs take Michael Brown Jr. from Louisville. I understand this is a lot lower than other people have him. This is solely based off his injuries this season and how he has struggled at times. Honestly, I do expect him to jump up in the draft as we get closer to June. If he is to fall this far, the Spurs find a steal. Brown is one of the best passing prospects in the class and thrives in a motion-heavy system. His feel, pace, and unselfishness fit perfectly alongside Victor Wembanyama in giving the San Antonio Spurs another connective piece to their elevated offense. After going over the 14 prospects for the 14 picks in the lottery, you can see the order that I have here on the screen.